Oftentimes, a short story or novella can serve as the seed of something greater. Good examples of this would be H.P. Lovecraft's Call of Cthulhu, which launched an entire mythos, or Arthur Clarke's The Sentinel, which would form the basis for 2001: A Space Odyssey. Another case is perhaps my all-time favorite novella, Who Goes There by John W. Campbell. Now, Campbell is a towering figure in science fiction, but not for his writing. Instead, he was the editor of Astounding Science Fiction for decades and is credited within the genre of having shaped the landscape of the golden age of science fiction. I very much agree with this, but Campbell was no slouch as a writer himself. Writing under the pen name Don Stuart, he published Who Goes There in 1938. It has since been adapted 3 times for the screen, first as The Thing from Another World in 1951, as John Carpenter's The Thing from 1982, and most recently in 2011, which I have not seen but I'm told is really a prequel. A general overview of the story, without getting too far into spoilers, is that a team in Antarctica finds a downed spacecraft. Frozen within it is the occupant, which they retrieve and bring back to the lab. They thaw the creature out and craziness ensues. But also noteworthy is the style of how Campbell wrote it. It's as gritty as they get, making use of your sense of smell as well as vision. Now, the novella is still under copyright, so I can't do a reading of it, of course, but I can do an excerpt. So here's the first few paragraphs of the story to illustrate the sheer grittiness of Campbell's style. The place stank. A queer mingled stench that only the ice-buried cabins of an Antarctic camp know, compounded by reeking human sweat and the heavy fish oil stench of melted seal blubber. An overtone of liniment combated the musty smell of sweat and snow-drenched furs. The acrid odor of burnt cooking fat and the animal, not unpleasant smell of dogs diluted by time hung in the air. Lingering odors of machine oil contrasted sharply with the taint of harness dressing and leather, yet somehow through all that reek of human beings and their associates, dogs, machines, and cooking, came another taint. It was a queer, neck-ruffling thing, a faintest suggestion of an odor alien among the smells of industry and life. And it was a life smell, but it came from the thing that lay bound with cord and tarpaulin on the table, dripping slowly, methodically, onto the heavy planks, dank and gaunt, under the unshielded glare of the electric light. You get the picture. I'm going to rate stories on a 5-star system, so I thought I would inaugurate the review segment of this channel with Who Goes There, as it gets a very comfortable 5 out of 5 from me. As to the films, The Thing from Another World gets 3.5 stars. It's creepy, and the black and white filming enhances the creepiness in my opinion, but not brilliant. I still enjoy watching it occasionally though. As to Mr. Carpenter's version, it's quite good, a solid 4 stars. I have not seen the most recent installment yet. I'll review that separately when I do. As is often the case, however, the story that spawned it all likely remains the best version. And that's all for now. I'll be back soon with more content. Specifically, I'll be reviewing another favorite, 2001: A Space Odyssey. Until then, keep reading and keep imagining.